Another fine morning on Route 66. Look at this old school gas station and garage. Pretty cool, huh? But wait a minute. What in the world is this? It's the Sometimes Vlog. Yeah. It's a vlog that happens sometimes. What the hell is that? This morning I've awakened in Tucumcari, New Mexico, home of whatever in the world this thing is. You guys have heard me say what the hell before. It's like kind of how I try to cover up saying something worse. I think that is a helk right there. A combination of elk and the devil. And to be honest with you, it scares me a little. Tucumcari is one of those towns that has a little bit of everything, including their own dinosaur museum. This might be surprising because I mean, I've done a lot of things in my life, but I've actually never seen a real dinosaur skeleton before. Just the one at Animal Kingdom at Disney World, so this might be a treat. Wow, plants of the coal age. This is the bark of a tree that makes coal. You know that stuff that we burn that makes all those people mad? Look at this, look at this. That's a freaking dinosaur right there. Not sure which dinosaur, but I'm gonna go ahead and say this is the Netosaurus. Ooh, dinosaur footprints. Look at this. This is a tour of college students, people who are actually learning real things. I could stand here and listen and absorb this information, but I choose to ignore it. Look at the green hand means these are things that you can touch. Awesome. I don't know what I'm touching, but this is pretty cool. Wait a minute. Oh no. I was touching dinosaur poop. Ooh, I've seen this one. I know what she's doing in there. This is where the scientists pull the DNA out of the mosquito inside the amber so they can recreate the dinosaurs. Will they never learn not to play God? Look at this. Look at this thing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this hellion right here looks like he's made out of metal. This doesn't look like dinosaur bone to me at all. Holy crap. This is where the good stuff is. They got some kind of dinosaur leg bone right here, and I don't even care, because look at this guy. Look at this freaking epic dinosaur. It's not a T-Rex, sadly. It's a Torvosaurus, but I'm told he's T-Rex's first cousin, so it's like, it's kind of close. You know, like, you want to meet Gina Davis, but you can't because she's famous, but you meet her first cousin, so you can still tell your family, like, I met Gina Davis's first cousin, and they're like, well, it's not as impressive as meeting Gina Davis, but I guess it's neat. So here's Christmas dinner. Oh look, a piece of bone. You can touch the, hey, this feels like metal too. It is metal. It's just a copy of the fossil. Look, these are teeth marks from some kind of bitey dinosaur biting on his bone. What kind of bone is this? It's a pubis bone. I don't know much about bones, but I know I don't want to be touching any pubis bones. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Finally, this is my chance to touch a Triceratops. Hello, pretty. Remember that part in Jurassic Park where they like touch the Triceratops poop and they find it laying down and it's poison and they're touching it and it's friendly? We are gonna be best friends. I'm gonna name you Trike and I'm gonna rub your horn and be best friends with you. You're pointy. Here's the parts that are kind of like boring, learning stuff. Dinosaur teeth and claws. Dinosaur skin? Oh, for real, that's dinosaur skin. Okay, that's kind of nasty. These are dinosaur eggs, which are cool. They kind of look like those dinosaur poops. Tough for us to tell the difference, but let's hope that dinosaur moms were better at it. It's hard to pay attention to things telling me about the Cretaceous period when there's giant rubber freaking dinosaurs in here. This is awesome. Look at this guy, Aracanthosaurus. He was the largest dinosaur that lived in New Mexico, apparently. So he is a local and a murderer. I'm just misunderstood because of my diet. Ooh, look at this thing. What the heck is going on here? It looks like this Struthiomimus got hungry and decided to munch on a pterosaur. But looks like he's already starting to regret it. Oh, freaking cool, man. Oh, look at this. It's the head bone of one of those weird thingies. Ooh. This one's behind glass, so it's an actual dinosaur fossil. Of course you can't touch it. But what you can touch is this freaking Tyrannosaurus Rex skull. Look at the size of this big dino's noggin. My, what sharp teeth you have, Mr. Rex. Make sure to floss. Never touched a Tyrannosaurus Rex skull before that's made out of metal that's cast from an actual one. So I mean, it's kind of like the same thing. Actually, you guys don't have to know that that's not made of real bone. Oh, that was totally made of real bone. totally touched a T-Rex bone with my hand. All right, trying to outrun the college students. And speaking of outrunning, look it's the fastest dinosaur in the movie, the raptor. Dude, raptors are like so crazy in Jurassic Park, but this really disappointing sign tells you that most raptors were really small and little, like this guy here. I don't know how exactly big that is. I'm sure it was deadly and everything because it's pokey feet, claws, and its sharp teeth and all, but it doesn't look as scary as I thought it was going to. It looks like if it tried to attack me, I could just punt it. Look at them taking their time learning, and I'm already on the grand finale. Saber-toothed cats, which is awesome, but I gotta tell you, it's slightly less exciting than the T-Rex looking dinosaur over there. I was wrong. The actual finale is here. Look, they have a bunch of amber with bugs in it. I'm not kidding. Look at this. Oh my God. Someone stopped them before, they recreate Jurassic Park or bring this freaky spider back to life. Oh, even the dinosaurs had to deal with spiders. That was amazing. As you might expect, they got a lot of dinosaur stuff in the gift shop. What I wasn't expecting though were all the deadly weapons. This is real and made of metal. Look at all this stuff. It's super cool. Look, it's my favorite thing. Books. And they have a strap-on tail. Get your slippers and put on your tail. That was super awesome. And they were super nice to me in there and let me film and everything, but they wouldn't let me try on the tail. They said I was too big. Tucumcari also has a historical museum, which I did not visit, although I must say from the outside, it looks pretty awesome. They also say they have a Route 66 museum, which so far I've been completely unable to find, although I have found some blue footprints. And let's not forget, the real Route 66 is here, so it's okay if we don't find it. Like, for example, look at this. If you're familiar with Cars Land and Disney's California Adventures, you might recognize this as being very similar to Sarge's surplus hut. There's a lot of buildings that look like this on Route 66, but I'm gonna go ahead and say this is the exact one that inspired Sarge's, and I base that on absolutely nothing. Yeah, that's totally it. Or wait, maybe this one was it. One of them's probably it. More than anything though, Tucumcari is full of epic Route 66 signs and even more epic Route 66 architecture. Look at this thing. Oh, this is the greatest thing ever. I don't think they make them like this anymore, ladies and germs. Look at this guy. Look at this guy up here. It's Mauricio, the Taco Kid, and I have no idea what he's saying because I don't speak Spanish. Yeah? I can see through the window that they are serving some kind of food, but this place is super confusing because the sign also says they serve candy and fruit bouquets and give you flowers for funerals and stuff, which is exactly what you want to be shopping for while you're munching on a taco. There's epic signage and old Route 66 architecture everywhere in this town, not to mention plenty of art. It's super spread out, and I've got to get to Oklahoma hopefully today, and there's a lot of actual Route 66 stuff to see, so we can't look at every little thing, but here's just a few of the highlights. I'm not much of a drinker, but even if I was, I don't think I'd be that interested in Jerry's package. Like most Route 66 towns, there's a lot in Tucumcari that's closed and derelict, but there's also a lot here that's been lovingly restored. Like, look at this place. This is Route 66 restoration done right. There was no vacancy last night. I really wanted to stay here. Maybe next time. Look at this place. Look at this John Deere chopper looking thing they got there. That's pretty neat. Would you want to stay at this hotel? What do you mean you wouldn't stay here? I'll have you know Clint Eastwood stayed here. You listen to me, young lady. If it's good enough for Clint Eastwood, it's good enough for you. Happy honeymoon. One of the better known restorations on Route 66, and another place that was completely full last night and I couldn't stay at, is this, the Blue Swallow Motel. This place is the most shining example of how you restore a Route 66 business and get it jumping. When I was driving by last night, this place was full of people. Look, there's more people coming right now. A lot of love went into making this place as rad as it is. This is an example of an old motor court motel where you can get a room and park your car in your own garage next to it. I've even lived in a lot of apartments where I haven't had this kind of luxury. As unique and cool as this place is, if you think about it, there's nothing to separate it from any of the other million run-down, derelict, falling apart, abandoned Route 66 little tiny crappy motels, except for the love and the TLC of the owners. A little money, a little theming, and some attention to detail really makes a difference. Hungry? See, look at this place, for example. This place looks awesome, but it also looks like it's about ready to cave in. Can you imagine coming in here with some money and restoring this place and making it all crazy and theming out all the rooms, putting it online and attracting new people like me, all the weirdos going up and down Route 66? I think with the internet, you have a lot more potential to reach customers for these places again. Hopefully some more of them will be restored, but it looks like this place, like many, many others before it and many others after it, is gonna be lost to the ravages of time. All right, we gotta get out of town. There's a lot more stuff that I wanna see today. Plus we gotta drive really, really far. But there's one other thing in Tucumcari that's super, super epic, and I'm pretty sure I saved the best for last. Look at this. This right here is amazing. I don't think it gets any more epic than this. It's a gift shop inside of a freaking concrete teepee. Dude, just the sign for this place is rad, much less the freaking epic building. I'm very curious as to what's inside of Pee Curio. This is the coolest looking building I have seen on Route 66 so far. Is this your place?
No, I didn't work for a guy.
Ah, okay. Still, this is amazing. Oh, there's a dog back there. Wow. Oh, wow. How long has this place been here?
Since 1941.
41. I was just thinking about this. My grandma moved to California from Canada in the 50s, and they came via Route 66. She could have stopped here. Never been closed. That's amazing. Oh, look at these. Those could come in handy. 75 years. And you're not the owner, huh? This must be the owner right here. How you doing, sir? I need all of these things. Okay, these are cool. Salt and pepper shakers. It's either those or the Christmas ornament. Ooh, I can probably use one of these as well.
Actually, it's got mixed up. 1 hose salt, 2 hose pepper.
Oh, okay. 2 holes pepper, 1 hole salt, huh? Well, all right, this is it. I'll get these. Oh, the pin. The pin. Final answer, right there.
2274.
2274. There you go.
And we thank you kindly.
Thank you very much. Oh, there's even a teepee.
Where you going?
Oh, all the way to the East Coast. Thank you very much. Take care.
Thank you.
Look, there's even a little teepee on the bag. You see this place here, they deserve your money. It's their money. They've earned it. I really love this town, but we really, really, really gotta get going. Goodbye, Tucumcari. You were difficult to pronounce, but you touched all of our hearts. Time for lunch. Never mind. Well, it took a little while, but we finally made it to Texas. And not just any part of Texas, but to the tiny town of Adrian, Texas. Now this town may be pretty small, but it's a big deal in Route 66 terms because this town bills itself as the midpoint between Chicago and Los Angeles. That's right, the halfway point of Route 66. We did it! I can't believe we actually did it! We made it halfway! Wait a minute, we didn't do it. We half did it! All right. We made it to the state of Texas, and we made it halfway down Route 66. I'll go ahead and allow a fun pick. This is a cause for celebration. Cheese! Look at this. Here's the official Midpoint line, and we're walking on it, right in the middle of the street. Clearly, the public school system has failed me. Adrian is also home to the famous Midpoint Cafe. This place is right smack dab on the Midpoint line there. And it used to be so popular with Route 66 travelers that at one point it used to stay open 24 hours per day. In more modern times, the cafe's former owner, Fran Hauser, inspired the character of Flo in the movie Cars. This place doesn't much look like her V8 cafe, but apparently the Pixar people visited here and she inspired the character. Sadly, Fran is no longer here, but apparently Aunt Joycey has taken over the proprietorship. I don't have a lot of money, but if we want these places to stay open in the future, you gotta come in and buy at least a little something. Wow, look at this. Whoa, the cafe is amazing, and so is the gift shop. Wow. Look at this. Look at that sweet, sweet Loretta Lynn guitar there. Oh, that's pretty cool. Most of these gift shops have a lot of the same stuff, so I'm trying to find those things that you can only get at each specific place. This time, it was actually pretty easy. wrong, but it seemed like half the town was in there. Adrian is a really tiny place. Basically, other than the Midpoint Cafe and its next door neighbor, looks like all the other Route 66 businesses have gone out of business. Yeah, another yucky old abandoned building, but think of all the travelers who stopped here on their way to California, so excited, way back in the heyday, and think of the family that probably owned what was obviously a cafe, and apparently a gas station, and maybe a garage too, and fixing people's tires, and all the stories they must have heard from travelers, and they were building their fortune here. I mean, before Route 66, I think this was a watering stop for the railroad. You probably had some cattle ranching and not much else. So places like this represented exciting times, not just to the travelers, but also to the people who lived in these towns. Look at the post office. It's so small. There's also some other pretty epic stuff here, like this old filling station built by Bob Harris in 1947. Supposedly this place was built on the old site of the Cozy Cottage Camp. All K's. Kind of weird in the initials there. But when Bob Harris bought this place, or built this place, he added something kinda unique. The heyday of Route 66 was right after the end of World War II, and there was a lot of extra surplus stuff hanging around. Including, as it turns out, air traffic control tower buildings like the one that old Bob used to create this place. Because of its very unique shape, this became known as the Bent Door Cafe and Trading Post. I don't know if this looks as weird to you guys as it done in person, but I can't even talk. This is so weird. Like I'm trying to find an angle where you can really see how weird this is. You walk up, you do a little yoga, you knock, you wait patiently for someone to open. Now, this place has been closed for a long time, but it looks like efforts are underway to restore it because look at this. There's a GoFundMe out there. This is what I love about the internet, is that it allows people like you and people like me who could never afford to buy this place and fix it up ourselves to contribute like $1 or $2 here or there. We get to fund the stuff that we care about, and this seems like one of those things that's worth at least taking a look at what their plan is. Facebook.com/thebentdoor. That was easy. Speaking of funding and patronage, don't forget that I also have a funding place. Patreon.com/Justin Scard. It's also my Twitter name, by the way. Justin Scard. Come visit me. These are so awesome. The old gas pumps, they're so cool. Look at this old sign here. Awesome. Dang, I've basically come 1,139 miles from home. And look at El Dorado is that way. I don't know what that is, but it sounds fun. All right, well, as awe-inspiring as the little town of Adrian has been, there's another super epic, super famous, super kind of historic place on Route 66 that I want to visit before the sun goes down. Time to make our way to Amarillo. Oh, thank God for dew. You're going to kill me one day, beautiful. Goodbye, Adrian. I wish you all the best. What the heck is that? That's just one more example of the crazy stuff I see out here. Whew. Also, this is probably a good time to mention that it is actually, how should we put this? Tornado season, and that bad weather is imminent for this area. So hopefully it won't affect any of our plans today, or tomorrow, or the next day, or the next day, but that is on the agenda for, you know, the country.
Near thunderstorm warning for extremely central Armstrong County, southwestern Garmin County, at 5:30 p.m.
Well, that's the National Weather Service warning us that our route is covered by crazy thunderstorms. So that's kind of fun. Crazy thunderstorm out that way. But we had a little bit of luck on our side because we've managed to make it to our next Route 66 famous stop before the thunderstorms. Gonna need some supplies though. Built in 1974 but relocated here in 1997 is our next amazing world famous roadside attraction right through this gate. Don't let the cows out. It's the world famous and very windy Cadillac Ranch. These two dudes who were part of an art collective known as Ant Farm convinced this rich guy, Stanley Marsh III, to donate some land and some money to build this super weird art installation, Cadillac Ranch. It probably definitely looks familiar to you from album covers, and of course the movie Cars has them built into mountain ranges and all kinds of stuff. It had to be relocated in 1997 because before it was too close to Amarillo and the city kept expanding and expanding and expanding, and the whole point of the art installation is the juxtaposition or the contrast between these cars sticking up out of the ground and obviously the big, flat, barren, open landscape around them. Look at that beautiful landscape. Of course, when you look this way, ugh, not so beautiful. See, that's looking increasingly like tornado weather. which worries me, especially because it is Friday the 13th and everything. But I'm not gonna think about that right now. Right now I'm gonna think about Cadillacs. 10 Cadillacs are arranged out here in such a fashion that they showcase the evolution of the tail fin. Look at these things. Giant old Cadillacs just sticking up out of the ground here. I wonder what kind of seeds they use to plant these, huh? It's called Cadillac Ranch, but obviously it's not actually a ranch. It's more of a nice sculpture. It's kind of the most amazing thing ever. And even though it's only existed since the 1970s, it's probably the world's most recognizable roadside attraction of any kind, and a symbol of America and Route 66. Also a prime spot for fun pics and selfies. Now you might be noticing that there's a lot of spray paint and graffiti on these cars here. It's not exactly encouraged that you spray paint on the Cadillacs, but it's definitely allowed, and you're more than welcome to. And I just so happened to have finally, for once, remembered to buy some spray paint. That's why I got the backpack on. Look at this! It's Gumby! There we go. Random Land. Yeah, that one looks better. It's no Picasso, but it's really hard to spray paint when it's super windy out here. By the way, just so you know, I consider the Sometimes vlog and always have an extension of Random Land. If you've never seen my other Random Land videos, it's on my other YouTube channel, Live Fast Die Poor. And if these vlogs keep going like this, where there's all kinds of crazy stuff in them and they take all day and blah, blah, maybe these vlogs will end up becoming Random Land. Maybe the two shall merge and become one. What do you think of that? Just an idea. We wouldn't have that It's a Sometimes vlog intro on the videos anymore, but they would the two would become one. It looks like the storm has passed us and gone more towards the south and the east, farther towards where we gotta go later. But that gives me a little more time with the Cadillacs, which is cool. There we go. Justin Scarred. Whew. And now that I'm pretty much Banksy and it's actually raining, it's time for me to go. Random Land. Justin Scarred. Normally I'd snap more fun pics, and normally I would leave these behind, but it's gonna rain, they're gonna sink into the mud. People won't use them anyways. It's just littering. Look at, everybody else has already fled. No more time for fun pics out here. I don't want to get drenched. So long, Cadillac Ranch. Latest on the Minjay. Well, time to head into Amarillo. Maybe I could put on Twitter where I am and see if anybody comes to say hello. When I am out and about, every once in a while I put on Twitter where I am, like, oh, if anyone's in this area, come say hi. If anyone's in this area, come say hi. Usually it's spur of the moment, so nobody takes me up on it, but if you're ever wondering, oh, I want to say hi to you, that's the way. Just watch Twitter. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Goodbye, Cadillac Ranch. Goodbye. Why did I park so far away? Whoa, 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 whoa. What's this? Raindrops are still falling on me, and I'm getting a suntan at the same time. Look at this here. Some enterprising RV park just down the street from the actual Cadillac Ranch, which is somewhere in there, has decided to put up a Cadillac Ranch gift shop. I've been here about 1,000,000 times over the years. Never have I seen this. If this was here before, I never noticed it. And look, they've also added a giant Big Tex Muffler Man style cowboy there, who says on his shirt that he's the Second Amendment cowboy, and he's got the Second Amendment to the Constitution of the United States of America right there on that plaque underneath him. If I've learned anything from watching King of the Hill over the years, and I think I have, it's that a cowboy needs two things to be a real Texan. He needs guns, and he needs a Cadillac car. I gotta say, I respect the hustle here. I respect you, big Texan man. Well, we managed to make it through the mud and the blood and the wind and the rain and come through Amarillo, almost past Amarillo, to one of the gastronomical wonders of Route 66. I'm talking, of course, about the world famous Big Texan Steak Ranch. The Big Texan is famous the world over as the place where you get the free 72-ounce steak if you can eat the whole thing. This place has been here on the side of Route 66 for umpteen billion years, and I've driven past it 1,000,000 times and never actually stopped here. I've always wanted to stay at their motel, but I've always been with a group, so I've always been outvoted. Can't think why anyone wouldn't want to stay here. Look at the theming It's amazing. There's also apparently a free limo service from the Big Texan. I don't know where to or from or what in the world is going on with this one's roof, but look at the longhorns on the front. Actually, I don't even know if these are longhorns or regular horns or what? I didn't know that horns splintered. Now I have to eat all gluten-free because they say I have this really fun thing called celiac disease. So I don't really trust a lot of restaurants and I'm not gonna eat here. But I'm still very curious to see just how big is a 72-ounce steak. Do you think it comes from cows this big? Because if so, it's probably pretty large. It's the ultimate Texas fun pick. What a fun one! See, look, you guys are the first people to take me up on saying hello. Hi. See, you gotta pay attention to Twitter. Did you find it? It was Twitter, right? Yeah. See? Nailed it. Look, it's Mark and Hillary. They stopped by to say hello and take fun pics and bring presents. Whoa, yeah. That's mine. I am really inordinately excited about going inside of this place. Also, I used the word inordinately, which is really cool. Look at all these fun pick opportunities. Oh, what a fun one. Okay, I'll take your fun pick and then you help me take one, okay? We're making friends here. I got it. Here we go. Okay. What a fun one! Lucky I'm hungry. See, people come together over fun picks. All right, here we go. Oh, well, that's good to know. Wow. Oh, look, here it is. Here's the steak. This is what the world famous 72-ounce steak looks like. That's a real one. It's like the size of my whole face. Are you gonna go for it? No. You thinking it over? I wonder how much this costs if you don't finish it. Oh my gosh, but if you do finish it, you get your name in the Hall of Fame. And you get to leave a little comment. One word, victory. Whoa, look at the size of this gift shop. I am in tourist heaven. This is the new me, the Texas me. Look at the size of that buffalo wearing a toupee. He looks like Elvis. He's saying, thank you very much for eating a cow instead of me. We've been there. Whoa, it just keeps going and going and going. Oh my gosh. Look at this. They've got a freaking rattlesnake in here. I was just told they actually used to have the world's largest captivity, whatever, western diamondback rattlesnake or whatever, but it died. So this is a poser rattlesnake, but this poser is still super toxic, so I'm gonna treat him with respect. Hello, Mr. Rattlesnake. Is it me or does he look a little grumpy being in that little fish tank? Oh man, if this jackalope was a puppet, I would buy it so hard. Look at the armadillos here. You could buy one for your daughter and get her this too. And while you're at it, why not a rubber chicken for the comedian in your life? Waka waka. Ooh, it's true what they say. Everything is bigger in Texas. Look at the size of this pencil. It's like a spear. I don't think they'd let you write with this one in prison or anything. Look at all the patches they have. Big Texan specific stuff. This is definitely the mecca for big Texan beefy Route 66 stuff. I wonder if they'd have a cow if I attempted to see what the dining room looks like. Wow, holy heifer, look at this. Oh my gosh, Lord have mercy. I'm fighting the urge to say howdy to every single person in here. Howdy. Nailed it. It smells like meat so hard in here. Beautiful. Beautiful meat. Oh my gosh, look at these minstrels who will come to your table and play. All I have is $1, but could I offer you $1 for a...
I don't want to take your last dollar.
I just want part of a song.
There's the yellow rose in Texas. Like the sea. My dear summer, having my good. I know when I'm in broke my heart. I am a reminder we never worship forever.
Thank you guys.
Where are you from?
From Anaheim, California.
Glad to have you with us.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. This is the most Texas day of my life. Oh, look at this, right next to the kitchen. They have this crazy platform where the people sit who are going for it. They're taking the challenge.
We have Pascal coming all the way from Germany to do our 72-ounce challenge, and he brought his Texas-size appetite. He's gonna have 1 hour and 1 hour only to eat. 4.5 pounds of Texas top sirloin, 3 shrimp, baked potato salad, and a roll. If he gives up, stands up, or throws up, he owes us $72, and we're all gonna get a good laugh as he makes the walk of shame. Let's give him a round of applause and cheer him on.
Well, there you go. $72 if he doesn't finish all that stuff within an hour. And across the street from him is this guy from Denmark. So we have Germany and Denmark here in the competition. I think Denmark's actually giving up.
Everything on top is 5 pounds. They have to have everything cleared off completely.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. How many times did you say you've been here?
10 times.
Wow. Where are you from?
Chicago.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's official. Denmark has given up. I'm not sticking around to see if Germany wins this one, but I wish him all the best. Good luck, Germany. Oh, I see. The challenge includes all of this other food, too. Why is this one all wrapped up? Oh, probably because people like me keep touching it. Well, it's hard not to poke the steak when there's a giant finger there insinuating that you should poke the steak. All right. Well, as large and confusing and as epic as the big Texan steak ranch is, it's time for me to be heading on down the road. Goodbye, large dead animal on the wall. I kid you not, this is one of the coolest, weirdest, and friendliest places I've ever been. Cadillac Ranch you've heard of, but down the road, not that far out of Amarillo, is another one that not many people have. Just off I-40 east of Amarillo is the Bug Ranch. The first time I ever saw the Bug Ranch was years and years and years ago when they had first put the bugs in the ground. The only kind of graffiti on them when I first saw them was all Sharpie because nobody had passed by with a can of spray paint yet. That's how fresh they were. Now all of these businesses on this side of the highway are, well, closed. And whatever the Bug Ranch was supposed to be promoting is no longer in operation. Please don't fall down on me, roof, please. I like this one here. Live your dream. Of course, the exclamation point on there kind of looks like it says liver your dream, which, I mean, hey, if liver's your dream, whatever floats your boat, right? Right. Right out here next to the motel. With the, you know, the one with the weekly special there. Good. You'll find 5 epic hippie cars stuck down in the dirt like the dirty hippies they are. They're slowly being stripped and broken just like the old Cadillacs at Cadillac Ranch have been over the years. Like I said, these haven't been here as long. I believe the first tour I went on that I saw these bugs was 2002. So I'm pretty sure that's when the bugs were first put in. If that's not when they were first put in, they were at least all painted the same color and were all brand new. The stuff on the inside wasn't all jacked up like this. There were no cans, there was no trash, no nothing. So I'm pretty sure that was the case. Also, way back then I had written that, so. Ah yes, Bug Ranch. The less popular and less known and much closer to the road version of Cadillac Ranch. I've probably been here for 20 minutes and only like 2 different cars have stopped by with very friendly people in them. You would think that they came for the Volkswagens here, but they actually came to admire my art. Yeah. There's your fun pick right there. Bug Ranch. Nailed it. Oh my gosh. What is that? Hi, I won't hurt ya. I'm not gonna hurt you, little baby. Oh, you're so cute.
Why won't you love me?
Anyway, wrote my name, said hi to Allie, wrote Sometimes Vlog, and Random Land over there. What am I forgetting? Oh yeah, one more person's name needs to go on this. All right, there we go. Totally said hi to my friend George. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You were here? Already? What am I even bothering showing you this for then? Dang it. Off we go into the Texas Panhandle sunset. Just outside of the tiny town of Groom is this inspirational rest area with a 19-story cross. 190 feet tall. Some people have incorrectly reported this to be the tallest cross in North America or the tallest cross in the Western Hemisphere. It's neither one of those things. But at 190 feet tall, it is a gargantuan beast. Look at the size of it. Look at the size of that cross. It's huge. Surrounding the huge cross are the stations of the cross. Life-size statues of Jesus on his way to the crucifixion. And of course, this big cross. This place is unique to say the least, and very, very interesting. There's a whole visitor center thing over here and a couple of trucker chapels out here. All those are closed at the moment because it's, you know, sunset. But this place is definitely worth a visit if you're coming through I-40 in the panhandle of Texas, believe me. It's weird that I was just looking at the Stations of the Cross, these little paintings inside of the Catholic Church up on the Akuma Pueblo up there in the 1,000-year-old Native American city. And now I'm looking at Stations of the Cross statues built around a 190-foot cross in the panhandle of Texas. Ooh, here you have Saint Michael the Archangel slaying the dragon with his sword. He's like, die, die, die. He's shanking Satan. Hey bro, don't shank me, it's rude. Everything you do is rude, Satan. He's right, Satan's very rude. I can see all kinds of little rabbits running around out in that field over there. And there's like a ton of birds chirping out here. Can you hear them? It's beautiful. Now, even if you're not a person of faith, or not a person of the Christian faith, let's say, you gotta admit, this is one fascinating roadside visit. 190-foot cross, 12 life-size statues of the Stations of the Cross, which, by the way, those are life-size statues of Jesus right there, and then look at how small they look compared to this gargantuan cross. And then over here, you've got the Last Supper and Calvary. I don't want to be rude, but I heard that everybody's invited to this dinner, so I'm pretty stoked. Wait a minute. James, what's Judas doing here? Nothing. I don't trust that guy. Something about him. This is another place I visited when it was almost brand new. The grass wasn't even growing around it when I think I first visited it. It's definitely interesting. This is kind of one of the more controversial stops along my route, I guess. I considered not including this, not because I'm against anybody's faith or anything like that, obviously, but just because there are some people who find this, you know, to be sacrilegious, just the fact that this exists at all. And I don't like to talk about religion in the vlogs or anything like that. I like to keep it kind of neutral. But A, it's a 190-foot freaking cross. B, the world needs to grow up and get over it. There's all kinds of people of all kinds of faiths all over the place, and we all have to learn to get along. And C, it's super beautiful out here. No matter how fast I tried to go, I ended up right here just at sunset. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe. But it's also Friday the 13th. Today should have been unlucky. Instead, when I'm looking at this sunset and sharing these moments with all of you guys, I feel like the luckiest guy in the whole world. Yeah, this is pretty awesome. I know you guys can't see on camera, but the very tippy top of the sun is just setting over the horizon right there, just right now. And there it goes. There goes today. Today is gone. And we'll never get it back. Hope it was a good one for you guys. Pretty good for me so far. This is the part that I've heard a lot of people who come to this truck stop or church or whatever you want to call this and get kind of offended. If you're the touchy sort with no sense of humor, you may want to look away now, because here we have the open tomb. Yeah, that's right. These people built a replica of the tomb of Jesus. Empty, of course, except for the angel praying here. And as popular of a place as this is for people of faith to come and reflect, apparently, it's even more popular with people who come here for the ultimate fun pick. I've been here a lot of times. I've seen people praying in here. I've seen people lighting candles in here. But thousands of people per day lay down on here and get a fun one. All right, time to hit the road. Because as beautiful and as inspiring as these statues are in the sunset, they would probably be terrifying in the dark of night. Oh yeah, there's also a huge crooked water tower here too, which is neat. I never did bother to look up whether that's on purpose or that actually happened by accident. I mean, it is Route 66, so it could be on purpose. But then again, maybe it's so famous because it's an accident? Either way, it's the American Leaning Tower of Pisa. It's the Leaning Tower of Britain, USA. The biggest town around. I love technology. Well, I drove for hour after hour after hour, and I really didn't make it very far. I only made it as far as I hoped to make it before sunset today. The whole filming videos and stopping and showing you guys all the cool stuff really takes its toll on being able to cover a large distance quickly. And it might have all been worth it because we get to see this at night. Welcome to Shamrock, Texas, home of this. This is probably one of the most famous old historic structures on the old Route 66. Disney fans will find this familiar because it inspired Ramon's auto body shop in the Pixar movie Cars, which is also simulated a Disney California adventure in Cars Land. The Conoco Tower is actually just one little piece of this building. It used to be called the U Drop Inn. Get it? The U Drop Inn. See what they did there? Just drop in, you know? I probably didn't need to explain that. Nowadays, it's been lovingly restored as the Shamrock Chamber of Commerce. As you can probably guess, Shamrock, Texas is not all that huge, so the Chamber of Commerce actually only needs a little tiny section of the building. The rest of it actually has a little museum and visitor center here. And as if it weren't enough to preserve and share this beautiful old Route 66 gem with the world, Shamrock's also thinking about the future. They turned this place into a Tesla station. The former fuel station of the past is now the current fueling station of the future. I've actually seen these things at a lot of crazy Route 66 attractions down the road, like usually the higher end ones. I could never afford one of these cars, but if Tesla wanted to give me one, I'd gladly take it up and down Route 66. Just putting the word out there, you know. Also, Mountain Dew, I love you. It never works. And here we have the only Tow-Mater style old tow truck that I've seen, basically since leaving California, that has no face on the front of it. It's almost refreshing not to see a face for once. Look at this beautiful architecture. This place is amazing. I mean, this was just a cafe and a gas station, but look at how much work went into the design of it. It's so elaborate, and honestly, it's so beautiful. I travel a lot, and Walmart looks the same everywhere you go. McDonald's looks the same everywhere you go. I mean, there are a few exceptions, but for the most part, the world is trending towards cookie-cutter architecture that's kind of boring. This right here is a prime example of why we should not go that direction. Someplace this unique still pulls visitors off the highway. I mean, even before this place was restored, people come off the freeway in thousands and thousands just to see this place. According to this, it's been here since 1936. It doesn't even have a business inside of it. And look, I drove all day just to get here, just to look at this. Basically, just to show it to you guys. I didn't even know we were gonna get to see it at night. This is honestly a really unexpected but amazing treat. Whew. Even with a really wide angle lens, it's hard to fit this whole thing in here. It's definitely a beautiful sight. And look, there's people even coming to see it in the middle of the night. Off in the distance that way towards Oklahoma, there's been all kinds of crazy severe thunderstorms, and at least from what the current forecast looked like, it actually delayed us enough that we're gonna go through this little weird window where the clouds are gonna part, and there shouldn't be too many crazy thunderstorms. So I hope you enjoyed today's extra long, extra epic, extra HD, fantastical Route 66 amazing-tacular vlog. Honestly, sometimes on this channel, my vlogs are just me on a cell phone camera, sitting in a room talking about my feelings. So I guess you just never know what you're gonna get. I'm like a box of chocolates like that. Anyway, for those of you who are new here, welcome. And for those of you who've been watching for a while, I just want you to know that I really, truly, honestly appreciate you guys. It's a heck of an adventure having adventures with you guys, and I hope this was a good one. Remember, you can find my sweet t-shirts and hats at livefastdieport.spreadshirt.com. I also have a Patreon, an Instagram, a Twitter, even a Snapchat. So check down below in the description for all that stuff. I am now gonna go find a hotel and sleep well. All right, I love you all. Goodbye.